I forgot to mention this in the video, but if this video and all of the shorts, like, combined get over 100 likes, then I will do a video on a part 2 of this, so maybe I'll make some mobs and I'll invite some friends to see if they can beat all of my mobs. Anyway, that's enough from me, and on with the video. So today I made 5 custom mobs in Minecraft, and I'm going to try and beat them one after the other in this video. So there is also another 5 buttons, as you can see on the button selector panel behind me, which I use to summon the mobs. There is an extra 5. Stay until the end to see what all of these do, and also subscribe, like, all of that stuff. But let's get right into the video. So I'll give you a brief overview of all of these 5 mobs. Mob 1 is the evil cow. This is basically just a normal cow, except that it attacks you, has insane strength and speed, but it actually has the same amount of health as a normal cow, so it can be really easy to kill if you have the right weapons, but it can do insane damage if you get caught in the wrong space with it. Mob 2 is the super creeper. This is basically a lot of supercharged creepers on top of an invisible axolotl. I chose an axolotl because it's just the most exciting mob. I really like the way it moves around, so when it chases you it will be like it can be really scary, because if you stop sprint jumping for 1 second then it will just blow up right behind you and deal huge amounts of damage, seeing as there's so many charged creepers inside there. Mob 3 is the turret. It is an illusioner and a skeleton with punch 2 on top of each other, and then 2 blazes on top of that, as well as a shulker topping it off. So basically it's just a lot of ranged mobs, and they'll shoot you from afar. It's really difficult to take down if you don't have a bow, because the punch 2 of the illusioner and the skeleton will keep you at bay. Mob 4 is the sharpshooter, pretty much the hardest to take down unless you have a very powerful bow. This is basically a pillager with an insanely quick charging crossbow with arrows of harming 3, which deal a lot of damage, and like no matter the armour that you do, because it inflicts instant damage onto you, which is true damage, which means it doesn't take into account armour. This pillager has not only got that, but is also riding a ravager, which will make it a meat shield to make it really hard to get to the pillager without actually hitting the ravager, as it will keep you away. So that is pretty much impossible to kill if you don't have a bow, but you'll see if you can do that, because remember, all of the commands for these mobs will be coming out fairly soon in different shorts that I'll be releasing on my channel. Make sure to watch out for that. So yeah, the final mob is the Illager Horde. It basically is 5 evokers, each with diamond axes and a bit of speed on, and then with some evokers on top of them, so the ones that summon vexes, except I've switched off that because it's really annoying, and it will do a lot of damage, especially the evokers on top. If you get caught off guard, then the claws can really do a lot of damage. Sometimes the vindicators can get you into combos because there's quite a lot of them, but they're quite easy to handle if you just get a good rhythm with the sword crits. So yeah, that is all of the 5 mobs. I hope that you enjoy this sequence of battles, and without any further ado, let's get right into the battles. Also, forgot to mention that throughout all of these duels I will be using this gear, which is a diamond sword with sharpness 5 and fire aspect, a bow with power 5, infinity, flame, a stack of gapples, and an arrow of course for the bow, a water bucket just in case the shulkers hit me up into the air so I can MLG, and some basic armour, all with prot 4 and unbreaking. There are no depth strider or respiration or aquafinity on the helmet, and there's no depth strider on the boots, because that's just, and there's no feather falling either, just to add that little bit of challenge. So yeah, let's get right into the duels. So something I probably should have added is that I'm trying to not make this really boring and not fun for any of us by just using the bow and sniping everything when it's really far away, because I know, yes, that would be the easiest way to kill all of it, but there's no fun in that. So instead I have given you a much more entertaining thing where we're only really allowed to use the bow like pretty close, I'd have to say. And you can't just spam it from really far away. You can have a few shots, but you have to actually go in and fight. So yeah, with that out the way, let's just get on with the rest of the duels. Wait a second, why is the no Ravager? Hang on, let me just go and fix that. So there we have all of our 5 basic mobs out the way. You may think that's all, and you may think that we have gone through the hardest part, but no, the worst is still very much to come, because we still have 5 more buttons to press, because these lead to very much more powerful mobs. Actually, they're exactly the same as the old mobs, there's just multiple of them, and in some cases different variants. But yeah, so these are the more advanced mobs that definitely take more skill and harder gear to defeat without dying. So you may see a death or a couple during this, but now I will be allowed to use any bow that I use. Like, I can actually use the bow whenever I want, whereas some of the others I've restricted myself and kind of messed around a bit. So now I'll be going full on from now and trying not to die in the 5 hardest mobs, or in some cases hordes of mobs. So let's get right into that.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
There you have it. There is me beating, or at least nearly beating, all of the mobs that I've created with custom commands in Minecraft with no deaths. So, if you would like to try any of these for yourself, then I will be releasing shorts over the next week, or maybe 2 weeks or something or so, on each of the commands that you need to create these mobs. Don't worry, there's only one command for each of them. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.